right answers. I'm not sure it's a unique answer. What would you do?
I love that was 3 years ago. I made it. Sabrina's playing this year.
I do. 4 grades.
Well, that's probably
Not double the makes sense.
not white. Right?
I do not have any kind of tolerance for anything. There's no conversation that can. Yes, I got that. Yes, and therefore incented me to make 6. Because like, I can actually plan to just make 5. But now that you doubled me, I'm going to try to make 6. You're about to say. Your point was, whatever you were saying was more important than what I was saying. Will you ask me a question, Darren? Okay.
When I have a lot of any soup, that's why I stop dinner. When I have a lot of any soup, I can get my country.
You didn't say it with words, but you said it with hands. This is just a way of continuing the conversation, right? So, like, hey, partner, depending on your hand, my hand can get better or worse. So you make all these intermediate bits because you're just continuing the conversation. And he says, hey, if you can ask, I can go.
Oops. Sorry, I'm glad I didn't do this.
No, it's okay. You went out of focus, but that's okay. We can fix it. It's easy to do.
Ed,
Oh, you just for your lunch? Just for a snack or something? I can go get it. Is it where you normally park it? Has it on this end? Yeah, but on the front edge, kind of like the car would be facing this direction.
Well, here's the thing.
All right. Okay, let's start bringing it back. Lots to go over today.
But it was interference. And I think probably the exam was interference. But if you don't get all the words, I guess because both of us, now it makes more sense. I like the Canadians enjoying.
Yeah, because we were too, so that's probably why we.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, sir.
We don't have anyone.
Oh, he actually found the book.
We do not have anyone who can play on Wednesday unless Katie's friend. And she said, and I may not even and Mary Warren didn't email me. I definitely didn't.
So, you said you were mulling it over.
Which one?
As long as I can hit the movie at 2, I think we'll be fine. So if it's like a 45-minute drive, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm really done. I could do, okay.
Well, the reason.
Yeah, that is a great idea. I was thinking, there's Wisconsin, which is Indian, there's also a bunch of Thai in the area. Do you have a favorite Thai place?
Yeah. It's not there.
Oh, you already looked?
They actually did it back. They're actually doing it in the All right.
They are.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kate.
All right. Let's bring it back. Okay. Let's bring it back. And I'm going to say something that is really important. And you're going to like this. So I'm going to walk over here off the camera and then come back and say something really important.
Yeah.
At some point, you and your partner will benefit from writing down all of your agreements. You will do it on something called a convention card, okay, which is one of these things. Now, on the convention card, there is a spot for double raises after an overcall. Okay, a double raise after an overcall would be something like this. One spade. Two diamonds, three spades. Okay, this would be a double raise after an overcall. And there are, according to the convention card, 3 ways to play this. You play it weak, you play it invitational, you can play it forcing. Okay? Weak, invitational, or forcing. If you're playing it weak, it is vitally important that your partner is also playing it weak. If you're playing it invitational, it is vitally important that your partner is playing it invitational. If you're playing forcing, it's really, really, really important that your partner is also playing it forcing. Now, I mentioned the book Modern Bridge Conventions by Bill Root and Richard Pavlicek, which is the first book that I read when I was starting to play back in 1994. And I said, you know, certainly that book will say that, you know, the double raise is weak and Q-bid is invitational. And I just looked at the book and not so much. Okay, Modern Bridge Conventions, he recommended playing it as invitational. And playing it invitational was fine. I would encourage you to play it as weak and to use a Q-bid to show a hand that's least invitational plus. But for people who wanted to, oh, I got to go get this book, if you actually read it, you would have figured out that it didn't say what I said it said. So I take it all back. Except I still want you to play it weak because it just makes sense to me. Yes, sir.
Hey, do you ever do a lesson about filling out a convention card?
I do. On Sunday night, actually in Friendly Bridge, we give you a pre-made card. If you play everything that's in the green book, If you go on the website at richmondbridge.net, down at the bottom, pretty sure it's down at the bottom, there is a pre-made convention card, okay, that I think we call it Friendly Bridge Standard, which is kind of presumptuous, but amusing, that has everything you would play if you played stuff in the green book. This is how you'd fill out your card. And on Sunday night, at some point, when I run out of good stuff to say, I'll talk about doing the convention card. It's probably coming up soon, actually. Not that run out of good stuff to say. Other questions, or any questions before we move on? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if the double raise after interference is weak and the Q-bid is invitational, is there forcing or is it up to us to be forcing?
The Q-bid is invitational plus, so I'm at least invitational. That way, if I Q-bid and the opponents come into the auction, my partner knows I have a good hand, as opposed to jumping to 4 spades and letting them guess. Good question. All right, we are now going to get into the meat of today's lesson. You know, it's 11:15. And I am going to start writing on the board all of this refers to the auction. 1 diamond, pass, 1 spade, pass, question mark. I'm doing this reading from right to left, sort of. Now, the auction's going 1 diamond, pass, 1 spade, pass, big old question mark. First of all, can I pass 1 spade? No. Why? He has not limited his hand yet. Because he hasn't limited his hand, I owe him another bid. He could have an opening hand for his 1 spade bid. Okay, I don't know, so I'm not allowed to pass. My partner said I have at least 4 spades, at least 6 points. I could have significantly more of both. And even though passing could be right, even though it's possible, the only contract we can make is 1 spade, don't pass. You owe me another bid, because that might happen 1 out of 500 hands, okay, where 1 spade's the limit of the hand. Might happen more than that, but you owe me another bid because instead of that hand, I could have a really good hand. So you owe me another bid. Does that make some sense?
We're not done talking.
We're not done talking yet. Yes, we did 1 spade. Let's continue talking. And I will describe my hand after you describe your hand. So 1 diamond, 1 spade. The 1 diamond opener has a wide range. Okay, 12 to 19 points. Could be balanced, could be unbalanced. The first bid I make, whether I'm opener or responder, talks about shape. I open 1 spade. I've got 5 spades. That's an important part of my shape. And I've got 12 to 19 points. Okay? Could have a wide range of points, but you know something about my shape. I open 1 diamond. Could have 12 to 19 points, wide range, but you know something about my shape. 1 diamond, pass, 1 spade. I have 4 spades. I don't likely have 4 hearts. That's all you really know about my shape now. but my strength is unlimited other than, you know, I have at least 6. So the first bid talks about shape. The second bid, I will start defining my strength. And I'm going to say something really important. It's actually reflected up here. If I'm the opener and I have a 14 count, on my second bid, I need to make a bid that tells my partner I either don't have more than a minimum or I might not have more than a minimum. But I'm certainly not in a game forcing auction. And the rule is, and this is actually a good rule, I can make any bid through 2 of the suit that I open, or I can bid, raise the suit that you bid and not show more than a minimum. Okay, so I open 1 diamond and my partner bid a spade. Okay, so I can make any bid through 2 diamonds, which would be 1 no trump, 2 clubs, or 2 diamonds, or I can raise spades. Those are the only 4 bids I can make with a minimum. Anything else I bid would promise more than a minimum. And if you have a 14 count, you pretty much have a minimum hand. Does that make some sense? I want to limit my hand. So let's think about what each one of those bids would show. I bid, and I'll give you the obvious part first. If you have 4 spades, 1 diamond, 1 spade, if I have a 4-card spade suit, my next bid is going to be some number of spades. Okay? We have a fit. I'm going to tell you we have a fit. Okay? I'm either going to tell you we have a fit by bidding 2 spades, or 3 spades, or 4 spades. Okay? 2 spades is the minimum. Partner, we have a fit, nothing extra. 3 spades is invitational. And we'll get to what 3 spades looks like in a bit. And 4 spades is a life is good. You have 4 spades and 6 points, at least 6 points. I have 4 spades and 19 points. Let's try to take 10 tricks in the spades. Now, when I jump to 4 spades, this isn't one of those weak bids, boy, I hope we can make game bids, like 1 spade past 4 spades. Okay? Diamond, spade, 4 spades is, we have enough points for game, because I have a 19 count. Your hand is unlimited. So if you just have a minimum hand, we just want to play 4 spades. But if I catch you with a good 11 count, a shapely 11 count, we may have interest in slam. So it's not don't bid anymore. It's we have at least enough to make 4 spades. Based on your hand, we may have more. Because my hand is pretty strictly limited.
Are you counting distribution points at this point, or are you just going by hard points?
I'll count distribution. If I've got a good 17 count with a 5-card suit and a singleton, I'll want to be in game. Say I've got 5 diamonds, 4 spades, 3 hearts and a club, and a 17 count. And my spades and diamonds have high cards at the top. I'll probably bid 4 spades. Might or might not be right, but I probably will. All right. So if the auction goes, so does I'm bidding spades with 4 make sense? So we aren't going to talk about that much. So let's talk about what 1 no trump means. The auction's gone diamond, spade, no trump. What do you know about my hand?
Week, minimum.
Minimum. And
Not spades.
don't have 4 spades. And
Distribution is flat,
balanced.
balanced.
And my diamonds are released as long as my clubs. You actually know a heck of a lot about my hand at this point. Okay, so I've got at least 2 cards in every suit. My diamonds are released as long as my clubs.
How do you know, I don't understand that last one, you could have just 1 club.
If I only had 1 club, then I would have another bid that made sense. Okay. One no trump shows a balanced hand. So if I bid something else, by definition, I'm showing an unbalanced. So just think about it like this. If I'd had an extra king, I would have opened this hand in no trump. Okay? I'm 12 to 14 points. If I had an extra king, this hand shape is one that I would have opened in no trump. So what does two diamonds look like? One diamond, one spade, two diamonds.
At least 5 diamonds?
At least 5, and a minimum, certainly a minimum, 12 to 15 points. And I tend to have 6. I may have 5 in a pinch, and we'll talk about what a pinch looks like in a bid. Okay, but I usually have 6 for this bid, and I've got a minimum hand. What's 2 clubs look like? Do I really have clubs? Yes. How many of them? 5. At least 4. At least 4. Anytime I bid my second suit, I'm promising 4. And if I have 4 clubs, do I really have diamonds? How do you know? Because I open them. Okay, so when it goes diamond, spade, 2 clubs, you really have diamonds and you really have clubs. Does all that make sense? Yes, sir.
Couldn't you open the diamond with 4 diamonds?
I could. I do it all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do. Sorry, what was the next
Well,
part of your...
because you didn't have 5 in the major, so you were looking to find a 4-4 club.
Yes. Yes, I open 1 diamond, I only promise 4 diamonds. If I only have 4 diamonds, I tend to be balanced. Because I don't have a 5-card major. So unless I've got a singleton in the offing, I tend to be balanced. I could have, and now we're going to start talking about problem children. Because the bids in the textbook just make sense. How many high card points? 13. Is this an opening hand? Yep. I open a diamond. My partner says a spade. I say 2 diamonds. I've got a minimum hand. I've got 6 diamonds. Okay. This is what, boy, it would be great if all my hands looked like this, because I know how to bid this. I've got a minimum hand with 6 diamonds. So I'm going to open a diamond. My partner's going to say something. I'm going to bid 2 diamonds. The hand is off my chest. All right, is this a minimum hand? It is. So the auction's gone diamond, pass, 1 spade. It's a minimum hand. I need to bid, make one of these 4 bids. I can bid a no trump, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, or 2 clubs. 2 diamonds doesn't look right. That would show extra length in diamonds. 2 spades looks wrong on many, many levels. Okay, so my choice is between 1 no trump and 2 clubs. Personally, on this hand, I'm a 2 club bidder. Okay, partner, I'm unbalanced with diamonds and clubs. Boy, I hope this works. Although I can appreciate that 1 no trump may be a better resting spot. My partners and I have agreed that if I bid a no trump, I've got at least 2 spades every single time.
2 spades?
At least 2 spades. Or at least a balanced hand. Okay, so I'm not going to bid 1 no trump with this. Okay, I'm going to treat this as an unbalanced hand because it's unbalanced. bid too close. Oh, I forgot to do this while people were milling about. Last week we had the woman across the street come over and say, Saturday's our biggest day, so if you parked in the parking lot across the street, please move your car. If anyone parked in the parking lot across the street, please go ahead and move your car. Just make a preemptive strike before she comes over and fusses at us again.
Or buy something.
Yes, or buy something. All right, since there's no like parade out the door, we got that.
But Ed, the point is, the convention card, you should have that discussion with your partner, which way you would lean in this scenario. So you should know that generally.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to know if you have this hand. It would be good to know whether your partner would bid a no trump or two clubs. That may be important because if partner has a 5-card spade suit, he may, after I bid one no trump, decide to go back to 2 spades, showing a minimum hand, but we have at least a 7-card fit, and it plays better in spades than no trump. Yes, ma'am.
Well, unlike the time that the responder bid one no trump, and the opener did not want to leave them in one no trump, if that opener had one more spade and bid one no trump on the second round, could the responder just leave him there?
Absolutely. And let's go with this. I've got this hand. 13 points, balanced. Okay. What do I do with this hand? I bid a no trump. And my partner will, I've limited my hand. I've got no more than 12 to 14 points. Once I've limited my hand, I put my partner in charge. Partner, you know how many points I have within a 2-point range. Do something intelligent.
You said 12 to 14, why does that say 12 to 16?
We're listening.
Why does it say 12 to 16? I am so glad you asked that question. I am going to add this. How many high card points do I have? 15. How do I open this fine hand? I open this hand, one no trump. Okay, so I don't have, so if it goes something, something,
It wouldn't get to this point.
if it goes something, something, no trump, I don't have enough to open a no trump. So I've got 12 to 14. Okay, that will come up later as well. Okay, so one something, one no, I didn't have enough to open a no trump. Okay, question in the back.
Yeah, the reason you didn't, when you had a couple of hands before, the reason you didn't mention your hearts, and you don't even have hearts up there in the 12 to 16, is...
That's a great question, and I'm, okay. We will get to that. Okay, but again, 14, if I've got a 13 count, I need to slow down the auction. And the way to do that is bid no trump cheaply, my suit cheaply, your suit cheaply, or any suit between what you bid and 2 of my suit. 2 hearts goes beyond 2 of the suit that I open. So I can't do that, should not do that, with a 13 count. That would show extra values. Yes, sir.
Wouldn't that also be a reverse?
It would show extra values, and it's a fancy term called a reverse. And we will get there. Maybe. All right. Other questions? So let's, instead of going to the invitational hands, look at the game going hands. Shazam! All right. So I open this fine hand, one diamond. My partner says a spade. He has enough to cough up a bid, so he has 6 points. How many points do I have?
20.
20. How do I open this fine hand, by the way? You know, it's really not big enough for a two club bid, my opinion, because I'm two suited. I like my two suited hands. Even if they're marginal two club openers, I prefer opening with a suit and then planning to jump in my second suit as a jump shift. So if it goes diamond, spade, 3 clubs, that is a hand that absolutely positively wants to be in game opposite any piece of crud my partner's bidding. So do I really have diamonds?
Yes.
Yep. Do I really have clubs?
Yes.
Yep. And do I really want to be in game?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, that is a jump shift. Okay, how do you know your partner's jump shifted?
So change suit and they switch number.
Because they changed suits and they jumped. They shifted and jumped.
They put a red
Jump
card.
shift. And it's a game forcing bid. Okay. Club diamond, 2 spades. Jump shift. Yeah. Jump shift. I would, some people have said, oh, well, that's just how I show a reverse. It's like, okay. Don't do that. You can do anything you want. But playing jump shifts as I want to be in game just makes things simple. Okay? If I have an invitational hand and you pass, do we belong in game? No. Okay, so I don't need to jump with an invitational hand. I can take another bid after you do something to show an invitational hand. Right. Questions, comments? So I am going to now do this. Now, how do I bid this fine hand? Diamond, spade. 2 clubs. Partner, I really have diamonds and I really have clubs. Do something intelligent. Going to change tax for a bit. Want to make sure I get to this. And now I'm going to make you think what I do. You're just sitting there minding your own business. Partner opens a diamond. Do you have to respond with this hand? You do. You got 6 points. You got a 4-card major. So yeah, I owe my partner a bid. So I bid a spade. My partner bids 2 clubs. Okay. Do we have enough points for game?
Well, he's got a minimum.
Well, he's got a minimum.
No.
Could he have an invitational hand?
No.
Actually, we haven't gotten there yet. I might have done this a little prematurely, but he could have an invitational hand. But he doesn't have a game forcing hand. He doesn't have a hand that wants to be in game opposite any 6-point piece of crud. Now, how would you describe that bridge hand? A 6-point piece of crud. So if he doesn't want to be in game opposite any 6-point piece of crud, and I actually have a 6-point piece of crud, I am allowed to pass if we are in a reasonable spot?
What does that mean?
I'm glad you asked that question. Should clubs be a good place to play?
Why not?
Clubs should be a good place to play. My partner has at least 4 of them. I have 4 of them. So we have an 8-card fit. Clubs should be a good spot to play. Okay, so let's, and I'm going to pass, because he doesn't have a game-forcing hand. If he doesn't have a hand that wants to be in game, I can pass this bid. Because he's not forcing me to bid again. Change it to this.
Excuse me, Ed.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
How can the opener say 2 club with the minimum hand and also with the medium? With 12 to 16 he returns 2 club. With 16 to 18 also he says 2 club.
Okay. Well, a jump shift, if I've got diamonds and clubs, then 1 diamond, 1 spade, 3 clubs is I want to be in game. So with any hand that doesn't want to be in game, I'm stuck with 2 clubs. So 2 clubs could be minimum, could be invitational. We'll get back there in a bit. Okay? But with this hand, all right, so I've got this hand, diamond, spade, 2 clubs. Okay, does my partner want to be in game opposite any 6-point piece of crud that I have? No. Are we in a good spot? Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is Mimi Postilnik. I mentioned that we have a, she's one of the owners of the Bridge Center.
Hello.
One of the nicest ladies you'd ever want to meet. And again, well, she is. Again, they're going to be setting up for a bridge game at 1 o'clock, so I'm going to keep talking. Okay, so diamond, spade, 2 clubs. Do we have enough points for a game? No. Are we in a good spot? No. So what should I do? I'm going to go back to 2 diamonds. Now 2 diamonds, if you think back to opening responses, okay, 1 diamond past 2 diamonds shows 6 to 10 points. Okay, 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds shows 6 to 10 points. We still got the 2 diamonds. I just went a different route because I want to show a 4-card major. Okay, but I still have the same 6 to 10 points that I would have promised had I got 1 diamond, 2 diamonds right away.
Sorry.
And yet the world remains on its axis. All right, so this, by the way, that was the Bob of Bob and Mimi Postilnik. One of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet. And probably one of the top 5 players in Richmond, give or take. Just a really, really good player. So does this concept make sense? 2 diamonds? So once my partner denies having a game going hand, I can pass if we're in a right spot. If there's another bid that makes sense, if I bid it at the 2 level, then I'm still not promising more than 6 to 10 points. I'm actually denying more than that, but I've got this extra shape. So give me this. Ooh, that's 15 cards. I should be bidding no trump. Okay, so I've got this hand. And it's gone diamond, pass, spade, pass, 2 clubs, pass. Now what? 2 spades. Do I have a good hand? No, I'm bidding a suit at the 2 level. I do not have a good hand. But I got 6 spades. Hey, partner, I got a 6-card major.
And you also didn't want to leave it in clubs, right?
Well, it's not that I didn't want to leave it in clubs. Actually, if I had this, still might bid 2 spades. Even though clubs should be a good spot. Let's try to take, because if I can take 8 tricks in spades, I need to be able to take 10 tricks in clubs to do better. Okay?
And 9 tricks does worse.
Yeah, 9. So I
And
still.
that's why he's good.
He is. Actually, I tell this on a regular basis. I used to play with a woman that comes up to hear about me, named Dale Dermer, has 6,000 or 8,000 master points. My goal when I played with Dale Dermer was to play well enough that she'd play with me again. Seriously, back when I was first learning to play, boy, I hope I don't do anything stupid because I really enjoy playing with Dale Dermer. Well, I got a chance to play with Bobby a couple months ago. Okay? I got a chance to play with Bob Pastonik. We were filling out mood. It's like, yeah, I'll sit in and we can play. It's like, at some point I'd like to play seriously with Bob. So I hope I don't foul anything up during this game. And we had what I will charitably call a failure to communicate. He thought that he had made a jump shift, and we had a difference of opinion on whether his bid was a jump shift because he was responding to a bid that I had made. So we were in 2 spades making 5. Don't tell him. All right. Does that make some sense? And yeah, whatever you do, don't tell Bob. Any questions? Now let me show you this hand. Because the question was asked, now what do I have? The option's gone 1 diamond, pass 1 spade, pass. What do I bid with this? Yeah, ooh, nice hand. Do I want to be in game opposite any 6-point piece of crud my partner's bid with? How many points for game? 25. How many do I have? 17. How many does he have? 6. Do we want to be in game opposite any 6-point piece of crud he has? And when I say game, what I'm really saying is 3 no trump or 5 of a minor. Because it doesn't look like a major is the right spot to play with this hand. So what do I bid with this hand? I bid 2 clubs. Okay? I have an invitational hand. I'm certainly more than a minimum, but I'm not big enough to bid 3, so I will make do with 2. Okay? Have I shown the full potential of this hand yet? No.
But you are showing that you do have diamonds and that you do have clubs.
Correct. I've got diamonds, I've got clubs, and I don't have a jump shift. Okay. My partner bids 2 diamonds. Are we done?
Yes. I think so.
Well, maybe not.
Yes.
Maybe.
No. Maybe.
He's
I
going
know.
to continue.
Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is going to be great. Okay, so are we done?
Yes.
Okay, is it possible my partner has a 9 count? Yes. If partner has a 9 count, do I have interest in game? Yes. I have not shown that I have an invitational hand yet. Okay, take the ace of spades away and I've got a clear-cut pass. We're high enough. Boy, I wonder why the opponents aren't bidding hearts. Would be what I would think, but that's just me. Okay, but with this hand, we aren't done yet. I haven't shown that I have an invitational hand. So with this hand, I will bid, any guesses?
3 diamonds.
I actually will bid 3 clubs.
3 clubs. Huh.
And my partner will think. Because that's what my partners do. They'll think. Okay. Well, do we have a diamond fit?
Yes.
You prefer diamonds over clubs? And you told me that by bidding diamonds instead of passing clubs. I may as well tell you something about my hand. Okay. I've got a 5-card club suit. How many clubs did I show on my first bid? 4. So if I bid them again, I'm showing
At least 5.
5. And we have a diamond fit, so how many diamonds do I have? At least 5. And I've got a good hand. So partner, I've got a 17 or so count with 5 diamonds, 5 clubs, and 3 cards, at most 3 cards in the majors.
So is this giving your partner an option to do clubs or diamonds?
Actually, it's just describing my hand to my partner. Okay, I could bid 3 diamonds. In the fullness of time, we're probably getting to 3 diamonds. But if there's information my partner needs, I might as well describe my hand to him while I'm doing it. Yes, ma'am?
If your partner had hearts covered, we already know he has spades, couldn't you just bid 3 no?
Yes. If my and the question was, if partner has a 9 count and has spades covered and hearts covered, it's possible there's a 3 no trump in the offing here. Okay? So for those of you who thought we were done when my partner bid 2 diamonds, we weren't done. I've got a hand for you. I remember when I used to be really good at bridge and knew everything there was to know about the game.
Excuse me, Ed. When
Yeah.
the responder bids 2 diamonds, how many diamonds does he have?
More
Oh,
than he has clubs.
you know, on a good day he's got 3. Could have 4. But, oh, the hand of doom.
I get that one.
The hand of doom.
The hand of doom.
Pass.
Fold.
Okay, so what do I do with this? Diamond, spade, 2 clubs. Right, I do a north, south, east, west pass. Sorry. North, south, east, west.
Now take a heart away and put it with a diamond, same hand.
Yeah. Okay, so now I've got this. Now my partners, people that I play with, always have at least as many diamonds as clubs when they open a diamond. Which isn't the way everybody plays. Just saying. I know people who will open 1 diamond on a hand with 4 diamonds and 5 clubs. Okay, Bobby's one of them.
But you don't have a convenient rebid.
Okay. So with this hand, what do? Pass could be right, going back to 2 diamonds. I would tend to go back to 2 diamonds. Okay, and if I'm playing with Bobby, it's possible that I'm taking him from a 5-3 club fit back into a 4-3 diamond fit.
Which isn't always bad.
Which isn't always bad. Still want to know why the opponents are bidding hearts. That's just me. Okay, does this make some sense? A little bit of sense? A little bit?
Yeah, but all these people are thinking, well, I've got the king of hearts, why didn't I bid 2 no trumps? Get it out of your mind.
Yeah. And when we talked about first responses, okay, diamond pass 2 no trump is 11 or 12 points. So when I bid 2 no trump after this auction, okay, I've got the same 11 to 12 points I would have had for 1 diamond, 2 no trump right away. I just happen to have a 4-card spade suit that I want to mention because we're looking for an 8-card major suit fit. Okay, 2 no trump, buy it by responder is 11 to 12 points. Okay, if I'm bidding 2 no trump, I'm freely bidding to 1 below game. I've got an invitational hand to do that. Questions, comments? Oh, the hand that I played when I was really, really good at bridge. You'll be amused by this. The auction goes 1 diamond past 2 diamonds. This is back when I was really good. Playing with somebody very talented. What do you bid with this?
Choices.
3 diamonds, that's an option. 5 diamonds, that's
Not a very good option.
an option. But
4 diamonds.
4 diamonds, that's a thought. Now, I'm going to take you back to last week. Okay? 2 things we're trying to find out. Do we have enough points for game, and do we have an 8-card major suit fit? Do we have enough points for game? Yes. Do we have an 8-card major suit fit? No. If only there were a bid that I could make that told my partner, do we have enough points for game? We don't have an 8-card major suit fit.
3 no trumps.
Yes! Boy, I hope this works. Throw those 5 words on the end of all your auctions. But yeah, let's try to take 9 tricks and no trump. Okay, if all my partner has is the king, queen of diamonds, we've got 9 tricks. Ace, king of spades, ace of hearts, 6 diamonds. If he doesn't have the diamonds locked up, then he's got stuff somewhere else. Boy, I hope this works. 3 no trump. Oh, that is a frowny face. You don't like that. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, why don't you have 6 diamond bids and
Explore for... because my partner, when he bids 2 diamonds, just has 10 points.
And all you have is 28 points. Not nearly enough for slam.
Yeah. So give him, if he has the king of spades, the king of diamonds, and the queen of diamonds, and the clubs on side,
And avoiding hearts.
void and hearts. I mean, it just takes the magic hand and help to make 6.
If you get to the 6 diamonds and make it on that hand, you
Right.
get to have your name written up in the bridge bullet.
Yes, and feel free to buy a lottery ticket on the way home. All right. So again, once you find you have enough points for game and don't have an 8-card major suit fit, try a 3 no trump.
And if you're playing match points, you're playing here, you're not playing a team game, 3 no trump making 4 is better than 5 diamonds making 6. Not better than 6 diamonds making 6, but better than 5 diamonds making 6.
All right. Questions, comments? Yes, sir.
This question's tangential, Ed, but what if my right-handed opponent opens up with a diamond and that's the bid I wouldn't make? I have opening count and I have 4 diamonds and I have 3 diamonds and 2 clubs. What do I do?
I pass. And on occasion, one of you will ask a question that will dovetail into another lesson. Next week, we're going to be doing overcalls and takeout doubles. Okay, so when the opponent's open, we're on defense. You've You've got three things you can do when the opponent's open. You can make a bid higher than what they make, which is an overcall. Make a double, which invites your partner to bid something. Or if you don't have a takeout double and you don't have an overcall, you have a pass. Those are your only three legal options. And we'll talk about those next week. Good question. I would tend to pass with the hand that you described, because I'm not going to make a takeout double unless I'm short in the opponent's suit. Yes, ma'am?
But if you open one diamond, pass, and then the responder says two diamonds, how many diamonds is it, right?
He could have four in a pinch, but he'll tend to have five. So I've got this hand. My partner opens a diamond, the next person passes. Well, I've got 7 points. Okay, so I'm not big enough to change suits at the 2 level. Okay, so my choice is either 1 no trump or 2 diamonds. I'm a 2 diamond bidder on this hand. Partner, I've got diamond support and 6 to 10 points. Bid on at your own peril. Although this is a pretty nice hand for a 2 diamond. But I don't think we've got 5 diamonds, and no trump doesn't look likely.
What if the ace or the ace of hearts and you just had 4 low diamonds?
Okay? So I've got 3 small stiff ace, 4 diamonds to the 5, and 5 clubs to the king. Still a 2 diamond bid. And think about it like this. If one hand has small diamonds, I want them to be over here. Because these small diamonds are going to trump whatever hearts my partner has in his hand. I get to trump hearts with itty bitty diamonds, and that doesn't bother me.
Question,
Yes, ma'am.
I thought I heard you say that it's better to bid a 5-card suit than a 4-card suit. So why in this case would you bid diamonds and not clubs?
Because my partner's opened a diamond,
Oh, that's a good
and
reason.
I'm not big enough to respond to clubs.
Okay.
Good question. Yeah, we do like bidding 5-card suits more than 4-card suits if we're given the option. Here, we really don't have that option because I'm not bringing enough to the party to bid 2 clubs. Questions, comments? All right. We have covered. We haven't talked about the no trump ladder yet. I don't want to, and I'm not anywhere close to leaving, by the way. Still have stuff to do. We haven't talked about reverses. Those are fun. Very simple to explain, and everybody here will get it. Because y'all are going to be the best class I've ever had. My other classes need to hear it 3 or 4 times before it starts making a lick of sense. But y'all, you're going to get this.
They ask much better questions than some of your other classes.
They do. I mean, seriously, this is a great class.
And they either understand or pretend to understand the answers.
Sure. All right. The no trump ladder. Okay, the no trump ladder is how I plan to bid my balanced hands. I've got this balanced hand. I'm the opening bidder. What do I do? Okay. And I'm going to put the point ranges up here. 12 to 14, 15 to 17, 18 to 19, because we haven't talked about this yet, 20 to 21, 22 plus. Okay, I've got this hand, it's balanced, it's got this many points, I'm going to describe it this way. And this is intuitive if you think about it. Don't you love stuff like that? How do you open a balanced 16 count?
1 no trump.
1 no.